Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tats, and I'm back with another video. And yes, this is going to be a book video. You can already tell by the title. And I just thought it'd be a good idea. Now, normally, what I would do is usually if I pick up something, whether it's books or, you know, Blu-rays or whatever else, usually I just always, include them into the 4K Blu-ray reviews and stuff. And I thought it'd kind of be a better idea if, I know that there are people out there who, they love movies, but they're not really into books and vice versa. So I thought it'd probably be a better idea just to do separate videos and be like, yeah, why don't we you know, have like the 4K reviews and Blu-ray 4K hauls and stuff. Why don't we have that over there for the movie people? And I might have some people who might be, for the books. So, so movies over here, we'll do the books over here. And I think that would just probably be a better idea to go. And yeah, I actually came up with some really, really good finds as far as books go. And, you know, and we're going to get started. And if you watch my last book haul video, I had said that, in my personal opinion, if you're going to do, a, if you're going to do a gothic, horror library and everything, there are three, you need three, classic authors, you need their complete works. One was Edgar Allan Poe, because if you remember, I got the book, The Complete Poems and Stories of Edgar Allan Poe. Another one is Nathaniel Hawthorne. And then this one I found today, or actually I found it a couple of days ago, but I'm really happy about it. And I actually like this edition. The third is H.P. Lovecraft. So yes, I'm really happy I found this one here. The commemorative edition of the Necronomicon, the best weird tales of H.P. Lovecraft. So yeah, I found this for a really good price. I will say there is a little bit of damage though. You can see some creases in the spine, but I figure, in a way it's kind of cool though. Kind of gives a little bit of character for something like this. But then on the back there, you got a quote from Stephen King. Lovecraft opened the way for me as he has done for others before me. Stephen King. But yeah, actually, for the most part, the pages are in good condition and everything else. It just, like I said, just a little wear and tear on the spine, but other than that, it's fine. And got it for a good deal. So yeah. So now I'm happy to have. I'm not sure if this is the completely entire library of all of Lovecraft's works, but there's definitely a lot of stuff in here I remember. So you got Herbert West Reanimator in here. You got At the Mountains of Madness and all and so on and so forth. So yeah. So I'll keep my eyes out, but for right now, I think that this is a pretty good deal. So got that. This one here I got for free, and even though it's not horror, but it's classic literature, and why not? Maybe if I have this book in my library, maybe it'll help make me look a little more sophisticated. We have The Last of the Mohicans, James Fenimore Cooper. This one here is actually really good condition, and the price was right. Free. Come on, you can tell a little bit of a crease in the spine there, but yeah, free. So you can't argue about that. I do remember, the movie, of course, with Daniel Day-Lewis. But so now, yeah, maybe one of these days I'll get off my butt and finally read the book, and who knows, I might actually really enjoy it. So, and being half Native American, that adds into it too. So, so yeah, I should really check this out. So anyway, there you go. This one here. Now, you guys have heard me say before in book haul videos and stuff, is like, wow, I do have a few. I have like several true crime books, but if you ever knew my mother, she had the ultimate true crime book library. It's like nobody had. I think she had the most extensive true crime library. I'm not exaggerating, but yeah, I found one here, and I remember they did it as a TV movie. I saw half of it, but I didn't get a chance to watch all of it. We have Anne Rule, Dead by Sunset. It is so damn tempting though to sit there and almost say Anne Rice instead of saying Anne Rule, But this in here is not a bad book, pretty decent condition. $2. It tells just a little bit of yellowing on the pages, but there we go. So yeah, I don't think like I said, my mother, she probably had the most extensive true crime library that I ever knew of. And I don't think I'm ever going to come that close. But you know what? Hey, some good writers and stuff. I'll pick them up where I can get them. So yeah. So Anne Rule, Dead by Sunset. There we go. Okay, now these here. Oh, man. All right, I found the first three. Let me get these kind of in order for you. And yep, I have a feeling I'll have no problem getting. There's 5 books in this series altogether, but I have the first three in the Song of Ice and Fire. Of course, Game of Thrones. So we all know that. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have any trouble getting the other two. These books. Usually, when I go out book hunting and everything, usually these books are pretty easy to find, and you can get them for a good cheap price. So, I imagine if I just bide my time, they actually had the fourth book, A Feast of Crows, but just the cover and everything was damaged on it, and it just wasn't worth it. Even for $2, it wasn't worth it. But but this one here is like this is actually in really good condition. So for $2, I think I got a steal on this baby. So. There you go. Yeah, boy. There's that one. And then we have book 2, which is A Clash of Kings. Like I said, these books are actually really, really good condition, and I'm happy about that. Yep, 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 yep. And then we finally got the third book here. We have A Storm of Storm. A Storm of Swords? Where the hell did that come? A Storm of Swords. Oh boy, you can tell it's one of those days. But yeah, you can tell this one's got kind of just a teeny little bit of damage there, but it's okay. But yeah, so really, really happy. Like I said, I got the first 3 books here, and I have a feeling getting the other 2 books aren't going to be that big of a problem. Okay, this one here is a nice $3 for this, and it's in hardback, and it's a work of classic horror literature. And I knew I wanted it in my collection. And this one also is a Barnes and Noble's Classics. We have The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. This is one of the few. I've read a number of the classic horror literature books. I've read Invisible Man. I've read Dracula, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I really need to get to work on this one. So this is one of the few I haven't read. So I really need to. I've seen the different movie variations. I have the Lon Chaney version. I've seen Robert Englund and on. But there you go. There's a quote on the back there if you want to read it. Yeah, really, really good condition. Like I said, for $3 too. So can't complain about that. But yeah, The Phantom of the Opera. So nice to have another classic, work of horror literature in my library. So there we go. All right, this one here and another. I think this is one. I don't know if my mother ever had this one, but yeah, this one would definitely been one she would have wanted in her true crime library. And again, $3, you can't beat it. I found Crimes of Horror. This is a big one. You can tell this is a big book. Sensational accounts of 25 monstrous crimes. So yeah, I think this one has like the acid bath killer and the Black Dahlia and things like that. And so yeah, I found this one is pretty good condition. I think just a couple little dings there, but for the most part. So yeah, so I'm actually really happy about finding this one here. This is a good one. Like I said, really in good shape too. It's like, damn. The Vampire Dusseldorf, things like that stuff. But yeah, this is cool. And like I said, for $3, can't beat it. So, all right. And then we're gonna finish this out. We got 3 Stephen King books that I got for pretty little money, so I'm happy about that. $2 for this one, and we have Desperation. This one here has a nice little inside cover there. But yeah, $2 for this one. It's a pretty good condition. I mean, a little wear and tear on it, but still, it's pretty good. Got that beautiful Kmart sticker on the back there. If that doesn't scream quality, I don't know what does. But say a little bit of yellowing on the pages, but it's not too bad. So happy to finally have this in here. So, I've read the book before. I used to have the book before, and I've read it, and I actually had the audio book, but it was done by Kathy Bates, but it was an abridged version. I do want to get this on Audible because now I know they got they have the unabridged version of it. So, I do want to read that, or go through that again. But and the movie's pretty good too. They did a TV movie of this. Mick Garris directed it. King wrote the teleplay. And you got like, you know, Ron Perlman is in it, and Matt Frewer, and Charles Durning, and Tom Skerritt, and Steven Weber, and Annabeth Gish, and on, Henry Thomas. So yeah, the movie's pretty good too. So, at least I thought it was. It was, of course, King doing doing the teleplay, of course. So it was a pretty close adaptation to the book. So yeah, Desperation. I enjoyed it. This one here, oh my God. This is the big fat version. This thing is like a brick. This is like a concrete brick almost. We have The Stand, which is easily one of my favorite King books. I've always loved it. I do enjoy the 1994 TV miniseries of it, but oh my God, that version of it that they put out here a couple of years ago, that was an abomination. That was just disgusting. That was horrible the way they did it. But look at this thing though, man. This is like a new version of it. Normally this book would run about like 1,100 pages, and if you get it hardback or usually paperback, whatever else here, this is like over 1,400. What is it? Yeah, 1,439 pages. So it's like, yeah, but look at this thing. Like I said, this thing is like a damn cinder block almost. Look at that thing. Use this, put like bricks and mortar, in your house and all that stuff. But yeah, I thought that this is, and like I said, got it for a good cheap price, so I can't complain. So yeah, nice to have this back in my library again. So there we go. And last but not least, for the book collection and the haul and Stephen King, we have The Talisman, another one I picked up for $2. And I've already read this book too. This is a really good book. It's a mix of like dark fantasy and horror and kind of fairy tale almost, And yeah, I know there have been numerous attempts to try to make this into a movie or to do it as a, maybe some kind of a limited series or something like that. I wouldn't mind if they did this. I know that at one point that King was working with Steven Spielberg to try to see if they can maybe get this off the ground, but I don't think anything has ever come of it. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see that. But here's the thing, it's like if you're gonna do it, I would actually like to see this done as maybe like an 8 episode, like each episode be like an hour long, and everything else. Maybe like an 8, maybe 10 episode, hour long limited series, and just adapt the book. Don't throw in all this other kind of crap. Like when they did the Mr. Mercedes TV series, like season 1. I mean, they did 3 seasons, and each season was indicative to, one of the books in the Bill Hodges trilogy. Now, obviously, season 1 was was an adaptation of the first book, Mr. Mercedes, which that one was, yeah, they changed a few things, they modified a couple of things here and there, but for the most part, they did a really good job. It was a pretty good adaptation considering. Then they got to season 2, which was weird because season 2 was actually an adaptation of the third book. You think season 2 would be an adaptation of the second book, but no, they didn't go that way. Instead, season 2 was an adaptation of the third book, and then they really trailed off on some things there and added a bunch of stuff and some unnecessary stuff in there. So I didn't care for it. But and then by the time we got to the third season, which was okay, so now we're doing now we're going to do an adaptation of the second book, and it's like that one was a little bit better, but even still not by much. They still changed a lot of it and stuff, and as far as I know, I think the series now is done. But I think do something like this, but maybe do it to similar to how they did season 1 of Mr. Mercedes. Just do like a number of episodes, do it as a limited series, and just do a faithful adaptation of the book. That's all you need to do. You don't need to change it all, everything else. But you can tell, yeah, this book, it's got some creases in the spine, and there's a little bit of wear and tear, but it was $2. Yeah, this one here, you definitely tell there's some, I don't know. I might just hang on to this, and then if I come across a much better copy of it, I'll upgrade, and switch it out, get a better copy of it. But for right now, this will do. So at least it's not like all moldy and everything else, So it's pretty good. Like I said, just some coloring on the bottom of the pages there. So I live with it. Yep. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, so 3 Stephen King books. These 3 here. Okay. 2 true crime books here. A work of classic literature. Another one of the great horror authors of all time. Got his collected works. Happy about that. Another classic literature book of horror. And the first in the series, which, like I said, I don't think I'm going to have to wait too long. I think I'll get the rest pretty quick. So that's it. So if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it, and I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you're enjoying these book videos, and I hope you just enjoy my videos overall. And if you do, would you please leave a like? And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. There's definitely going to be more, I'm definitely looking forward to doing more book videos in the future. And of course, the 4K Blu-ray review videos, there are going to definitely be more of those coming and everything else. And so that's it. So take care of my boils and ghouls. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.